right? We have to be courageous. Even if there's some level of fear, be courageous. Step up, buy where you need to buy, cut the trade where you need to cut the trade. And in doing so, we'll give ourselves a good chance of having a nice, successful day. So BLCM, and I want to be careful of I want to be careful of giving back profits in the consolidation and on the pullback, over trading the consolidation and over trading the pullback. We're going to try and retain the green as best as we can here, get in and not give back. And with that being said, we have to not start deep into the red, which is also something to keep an eye out for. We got a high of 17 and a low of 12. There are some sellers here. The low is now at 8. Oh, my level 2 is lagging. Not good. If it goes here, I'll miss the trade. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. The halt is at 29. Not Thinkorswim. The DAS platform is gonna mess me up there. You see, that's not good. We're gonna miss out on an entry down at 12. It's potentially getting halted here at 30. We'll see if it gets locked in. It looks like it will. There's a lot of big bids. My instruments, man, my instruments at times being very costly. So we're locked in at 130. Nice move. The first 1 minute candle to make the new high. And of course, break over the sellers really that were at 13 is what I would have been watching at. Or was it at 12? 12 or 13, we had the 80,000 share seller sitting. Twin, good morning, good to see you. So in 5 minutes time, we'll be having the resumption, assuming it's a 5 minute halt. It could potentially be a 10 minute halt as well. So rotation, how are we doing PACW? Sold off, but curled back up. And maybe there's something here. There's a huge seller at 50, 300,000 shares. But if it breaks that seller, I'd be interested. So there might be something here, but we'll have to see. I wonder if it's a, fake order. We'll have to wait and see if we can get up there. There's also a big bid at 35. I'm not going to touch it though. We're seeing 200,000 shares. Seems like it might be more than one of them. There's 48, 49, and right back down. What's the other one again? EZFL. It's curling up a little bit. 49. 49, PACW. 48, 48. Again, if we can break that seller. But it does have some range to the downside here, though. A bit of a spread, right? We'll see if that bid moves up. No, it's going to be a fake order. Look at how it just flushes down. What are the odds they cancel that, right? Okay, moving on from this nonsense. Let's get this off the screen. Get this stock out of here. I'm not frustrated or anything. I am a little disappointed though that I'm not, you know, I didn't capture the first trade because there was an entry there, and it could have allowed me to be more aggressive once we held over 18. So instead of going to 6 or 9,000 shares, I just stuck at 3 and I came out a little soon too. Versus like selling 3,000, holding 3,000. Can we get the halt up? It's like a different approach if I can capture that first trade. So, under resumption, I'll have, hopefully it's a strong resumption first and foremost. And besides that, I'll have to be accurate here because I am a little behind. So we got to be accurate. We got to get ourselves in the green and then start to protect the green. We got halted at 31.48, so we'll resume at 36.48. We got about a minute and a half. Easy FL, nice curl here, but it's very spready. So if it opens up higher, can we get a pullback? If we do and it starts to hold, I'll take it. If we open up sideways, it's a little bit trickier, but it depends on the price action. If it opens up lower, a break of high of day, I'll probably be in. It all depends. Easy FL at VWAP, but we got about 20 seconds here to this resumption. I got 3,000 shares up top here at the ready. We're halted at 130. 10 seconds, assuming it is a 5-minute halt. 5, 4, 3, here we go. Not good. That was a poor trade. I'm going to get caught into this halt down. False halt. Jeez Louise. I can tell you. The dip is not going to bounce. But I'm too aggressive there, too soon. Easy FL rejecting VWAP. This could be bad. It could be bad, depending on where it resumes. Ay, ay, ay. Anyhow, Easy FL, it's currently at 44. It's a little sideways. We'll see how it does. It seems like a couple of the other guys are also long, but Relentless Trader is long on the higher side, 24. On the resumption, the price action I thought was coming to the buy side. Easy FL is it's a little choppy here. We can pull it up. Yeah, it's back down. So it looks like it's rejecting VWAP. This one could be good later, but we got to make sure it's holding above VWAP. Relentless Trader. The aggressive Relentless Trader taking the dip before it stops dropping. We'll see where this resumes. And at worst case, I think maybe a $600 loss. If it opens up at 20, I'd be ready to buy back. But it depends on where it opens. If it's sideways, if it's back up, it could be good. If not, it all depends. PACW back down and at the lows. Easy FL is back up, but very weird here. Sellers coming in. The downside risk is definitely present here. Again, can we get above the VWAP and hold above the VWAP area? Resumption on the other one will be at what was that, 42 and 8 seconds. 42 and 8 seconds. The stock is extended if we include the pre-market context. Again, a little aggressive of an entry here as I'm in the halt down. So we're waiting there. EZFL is trying, but will we see it over 65? We got about 2 minutes to that resumption. 2 minutes. My market order is out to sell, so I don't have to worry about it, but are we holding up here? Will we get a dip before it goes is the real question. No fills. I'm gonna leave those orders for a second. Yeah, no fills. Titanic. Yep, Titanic. Well, not good. To the depths. All right, let's get ready for this resumption. Now that's gonna put us a little bit more red than we would want to. BLCM in the next minute. So is this gonna resume sideways? Is it gonna resume lower, higher? Right now I'm seeing 115 for resumption, 106. It's even showing 135. Some people will go off of that level. For me, it's just, it can open up anywhere. It just depends. Again, my sell order is out, so wherever it does open, that's where I'll get the fill, hopefully, presumably. EZFL, nasty rejection there, man. Long, low 70s, watching for it to hold 60s area, maybe even high 50s, but it completely flushes out. So notice how I'm trying to buy into the previous high of day where we had the resistance. Usually, as a couple seconds here to resumption, it's pretty strong. Here we go. 05. Jeez Louise. That was a pretty low resumption. Well, that's how you start a day down 600. Not great. We got a low of 101. High of the resumption was 12. At least it's showing a wick. I'm not sure if an order got filled up there. Mentally, I feel good. We kind of had some rough trades, but just waiting here, we're seeing a lot of weakness. This stock does need a pullback versus those pre-market levels. So, will we hold up around the $1 area? Will we pull back a little bit more? I haven't gotten caught in a halt down in months, like with actual size. I got caught, like I think last month in one, but just 500 shares on a big green day. So it was like, okay, whatever. Fairly high fill there. Can we re-average here? Let's see. So we got a low of 01. Watching to see if it continues to hold up above this level. Maybe we could get a longer hold trade back into a next halt. I don't know if it could be possible, but we'll see. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5. That's the 1 minute candle not making the new high. PACW, how are we doing? IMRN as well, how are we doing? IMRN holding up fairly well. PACW not so good. So IMRN, IMRN. IMRN doesn't look bad, but it is pulling back below VWAP. I do like the pattern that we had, a nice ABCD to curl back up. Low 94. It's moving. Okay. High 21. The other one seems to be having a hard time. Do not Titanic again here. It's a nice entry at 88. It looks like it might be struggling. Ay, ay, ay. Man, we are seeing some weakness here. All the way to 80 for IMRN. The last low is 94. I'm going to pull it up on the screen here in a sec. Is it finished? Yes, yes it is. So IMRN also failing here. These pullbacks are not even pulling back. Well, let's say not holding up. They're just pulling back. Pulling back to the depths. Well, at this point, I'm just going to reduce size. I mean, I have no choice at this point. What a massacre here to start this day. What is this, 5 trades? 5 trades. Hold up. Well, a little bit more than 5 trades. But we're down $900 in the blink of an eye. Well, I got to roll my eyes at this one. Will we see a strong stock here? If not, then, we're not looking good. Maybe we make back something, but not anything, enough to be back in the green nicely. Or even flat. A little too aggressive for that halt trade, man. A little too aggressive. But besides that, we're seeing a lot of weakness. BAK selling off. BLCM again having a hard time. But it's pretty similar to Friday and Thursday where the upside areas are really good and then the pullback's just not holding up well at all. So if you're buying the pullback is going lower. So maybe not quite as good an adjustment as I needed to make for this new day. So again, the front side right here going up, nice move. Really nice move, good green candles. The pullback, the first pullback holds, the second pullback to the depths. So it's just a matter of capturing the front side and not trading the pullback. If you miss the front side, it might be better to wait for a 5-day trade again versus the pullback trade. I liked 87 for an entry, which was the midpoint of the ABCD coming across right here. BLCM, I think maybe curls back up later. So maybe around like, and we've been seeing that like around 11:30, 12, and that's where I've been taking a break. So today, and what I was really telling myself this week and right the weekend is to shorten the break if I do take a break. or sit tight and then just be done around 12, because we're not really seeing a lot of power hour, 3 p.m., 4 p.m. action. It's just been, the first hour, and then, something around 11:30, and then we're finished. Last week we did well on the front side of the week, and then the back half of the week we didn't do so well. We had the big 4K day, which was nice. But other than that, I think we had like a $200 green day, and then we had the two other red days, Thursday, Friday. TR Vienna. We'll see. Uh, Time 47. So 52:47 for resumption. How's the chart? How's the daily chart looking? See, the question is, are we gonna see something strong here? Volume was decent into the halt. ERVN. Mentally, I feel great. Uh, just a matter of will we see opportunities. TRVN. These last couple of days, it's been hard to determine which stock is the stock, right? I mean, BLCM to start the day, nice move into the halt. And here we are as it's back down. But as we mentioned, throughout pre-market, it was so strong that we might have needed that pullback. The 200 is all the way at 376. So we'll see what this one does. I'm gonna size down to 1500, and if it's good, we'll see it. Then I can size up, but we got to make sure it's good first. TR Vienna. There we go. So far, so good. Will we see a pullback? Probably not. No pullback. No pullback. No pullback. So again, we got to be careful that the pullback doesn't just fail here miserably. 24, 25. The halt up is now at 43. High of day 34. Can we see the break of 30? Can we see the next halt up? 43. Will we get locked in? It looks like it might. All right. We're going to go back to full size, and again, we have to be accurate on the resumption. It didn't really dip. From 34, we had a low of 24, and then curled back up. Considering we came from 110, not quite as big as a pullback as I would have wanted to see, but break of 30 gave a nice opportunity for retested highs. Big bids, and a lot of selling on BLCM here. I gotta watch back the auto resumption. I can't believe man. Sometimes you just you make a small mistake somewhere along the lines. But I'm still gonna mention though, the lag in the level 2 and missing the entry at 12. On a day like today, you really see how costly it is because you know I'm I don't know if I would have made $1,000 in the move up, but I certainly would have been very much more green than $70. It's hard to say how much I would have been up, but big sellers at 112. Once it breaks 112, there's the entry. Hive days at 18. You know, there's no telling what I could have done. I'd have to trade it. I don't know if I would have added or not, but I know I could have made more, which could have helped offset the loss, right? There needs to be a balance. And so if you miss the winning trades for one reason or another, then there's the imbalance to the red side. So we got a second halt, which is fine. But there will be a little bit more risk here. We got to be careful. We got to connect, capture the trade. So resumption, 58 and 53 seconds. We got another minute and a half. Guys, don't forget to stay hydrated. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Only relentless trader will smile in the face of some red trades and not even be phased. So hit that thumbs up and let's see what we can't do here. After all this trading, it's like you become so numb to it, man. You're up big green, it's like whatever, I should have done this. Anyways, you're here red, it's like okay, what is this nonsense? But the emotions are always the same. The LCM curling up a little bit, big move on IMRN right there and right back down. I don't know, it was tough with these big drops, man. Did it really go to 340? If I happen to take a good loss here, I'd consider just taking, like shutting it down and just taking it slow. Or at the very least, just taking it slow. I'm not going to fight against the market if we're not going to see, you know, like I need to be on the side of the market, not against it. So if the sentiment is just too weak, then it doesn't make sense to, push. So it just depends on how the stock, if it shows strength here. $58. Resumption is at 53. The big Steve with the call out. TRVN. Here we go. 2. Good resumption. Will we see a pullback? Halting down with some big sellers. Two. Good resumption. Will we see a pullback? Yeah, these stocks are so tricky, man. We got this type of wick in here. Charting is ruined, but it is giving opportunities. There's a small bid in there, 10. I didn't see this play out, so I don't know if it was like one of those fake wicks. Sometimes somebody just throw out a crazy, let's say like market order or limit order all the way up. They get some insane fill. It kind of ruins the charting. So it's fluctuating here. The last entry I took, I was trying to buy a pullback around 288. I got about a 4 or 5 cent spread at times. Okay. Low of the last was 06. If I can help it, if I'm in, I'm not going to let it go against me, not unless it flushes. So I'm going to be pretty scalpy here. I wonder if it needs more. No, it looks like it might be okay here. Let's see. The level 2 is moving very weird, man. It's holding. It's holding. Probably in a little too high right there. We got a low of 3, low of the last, also 3. There's buyers, but it's not bouncing. This one is something else. I don't know. I'd probably leave this one alone, man. The level 2 on this one is very, very tricky. So we lost about 5 cents, 6 cents. I think about 6 cents maybe in that trade. The level 2 on this one, very tricky. Hopefully it holds up at 88 though, but very tricky. So yeah, resumption. We got, let's pull this other one back on screen, TRVN. So like right now, if I go back to being down 900, I'm done on this day, right? That's where my max loss would be. I still feel good mentally, but again, it's like if we're not seeing anything, then I'm not gonna just, be here wasting money, right? So TRVN, resumption coming up. 04 and 24 seconds. I'm seeing 49, I'm seeing 31, I'm also seeing 16. I don't know which one it'll be. If it resumes higher, that'll be good though. It might resume 49, hopefully. Here we go. 30. Low 23. I'm gonna size down for now. Halt down is at 14. We do have a bid, but not quite. It's having a hard time here. Nice break of 30. There's a 30,000 share seller. 10,000 share bid coming in right after we broke the seller, but not quite pushing 35.40. BLCM back down. What a disaster of a start to this day. I mean, what in the world? Come on, pull away, pull away. I'll add here if it pulls away. Not quite. So are we going to see a red to green here, or is this finished? If it doesn't get over 35, do we have shares? No, it's not available. Too early? Yes, too early. It's at 27, 29. It seems like it's having a hard time. Maybe closer to 33 could be good if volume is coming in. The other one really pulling back, 97. Well, at least we made back something, which is good. SMX, OKYO. SMX, yeah, moving nicely. I like the daily chart in this one. Jeez. SMX. SMX, nice flag, nice breakout. Seems like it's holding up all right. Still keeping an eye on TRVN here though. If it gets back above 35, I would be interested. Our volume profile still looks good. It's holding up 25 so far. Give me an entry here. Do not just go. Ay, ay, ay. 35. Great fill. Will we get locked in? I was gonna hold it, but I'm like, you know what? Let's not. It's not a bad hold though. It's not a bad hold here. It looks good. Should have held half size. I'm gonna size back up full size. This is great. I kind of missed it a little bit looking away. So I didn't get the perfect entry there before the breakout, but something. KT. 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 If I'm feeling all right mentally, of course I can still trade, but you know, it's the days where you can feel like compromise, or let's say if you feel compromised or frustrated, angry, it's better to just leave the market because you're at a disadvantage. But mentally I feel good. You know, when you're seeing those green days, it's like, you know, being down 1,000, and I've been down $1,000, you know, maybe too many times, but it's part of trading, right? Feel good, you just keep trading A quality opportunities and keep doing what you know you love to do. But It's all about the control, man. If I had red trades, I'd have just said, okay, I'm not gonna push it because again, I want to be swimming with the tide. If I'm swimming against the tide, then not good. So on this resumption here, we have to be accurate again. But I feel good. Let's see what it does. I'll trust the entries I know and love, and even if I happen to have a red trade, no problem. Right? Part of the deal. So, but of course, looking for a nice trade here. We got a full house up here. Cam, what's going on? John? Pretty soon we're gonna have to figure something out, man, because I know they only allow 50 people at a time. Tiny, nicely done. SMX pulling back a little bit. Maybe it holds up 195. Resumption will be at 13 and 46 seconds. I don't think holding into this halt would have been bad. The setup is there. Maybe a little too much fear on my side. I made up my mind to hold into it, which is why I bought back at 42. But then I told myself, okay, maybe I'm pushing it a little too much. But generally I don't hold into halts. Just because of the risk of offerings and stuff like that. But what are the odds? It's like you gotta really get unlucky to get caught in one of those. And then even if you do, it's just part of the deal, right? I mean, stuff happens. So can we resume, at 50 here and then try for high of day? Hopefully there's a dip so I can get back in, or even just an entry, really, high of day or something. This was a nice trade. I know some of you guys probably held from 25, and then boom, curling up. 40 seconds and counting, waiting patiently. Guys, be sure to hit the thumbs up, of course, and if you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. I go live each and every weekday morning at 9:15 a.m., the sweet spot. We're halted at 144. 5 seconds. Here we go. 3. Here it is. Can we get a dip? Oh, not quite the entry I wanted there. It's aggressive out of that halt. That was a good trade. We should see a new high. There it is. We should see a halt too, hopefully. I missed the dip at 55 being slow. Pull back again. or halt. There's a small seller there. It might need a bigger pullback eventually if it continues to linger here. It's all over the place. There's some big selling, some big buying. Hard to tell which way it wants to go. The halt down is 51. Don't need to be caught in a second halt down, so I'm not going to be aggressive here. Okay, there's some buying again. Oh, they filled me high. Was aiming 56 right there. Can we see some big bids? Small size so I don't get hurt in case it drops here. Can we see a new high of day? Oh, not quite. Highs are at 78. How are those not winning trades, man? Low 52 for the last. We got a low of 60 on the current. The new 5-minute candle's 3 minutes out. 78 is still high of day. God. 72. False halt, low 65. I like that we have high of day volume here. It needs to get halted at this point. Can we get locked in? It needs to get locked in. It needs to get locked in or we could see a big drop off, which we don't need. Come on. Watching for a pullback. I have to be good at the timing of the pullback. If it doesn't, because we're not getting halted, so you know what's going on here. We need a drop. How low will it go if it pulls back? Not touching it here, not unless I see something I really, really like. Small bids, not impressed. But it's doing its thing though, it's trying to climb. Still got to be careful with bigger flushes where it doesn't hold up its levels. So I'll be a little quicker. There's a good bid, I'm gonna miss it. I looked away at the wrong time. Ay, ay, ay. You look at the charting for 1 second. Good bid. We're still seeing big bids, but not getting the push into the halt level. We had really good volume on that last candle. Sizing down here. It seems like there's buyers here, but waiting a little bit more. Well, we see the new halt. 82, 82. It's not pulling away. I'll be out flat. It might even get halted down. It's very possible because the levels are so tight. 68, a low 63. The halt down being so close makes it hard to take the dip. It's reacting well. Few sellers, 70. Yay or nay? Oh, yes, yes, it was going. Jeez. Man, not good. Not good. Sold that too soon. That was some great timing to get into the trade, but then the breakout, I'm watching like, okay, it's I'm looking at this subtlety in the price action for just a little bit more hint of buying. So as I'm not seeing it for those couple of seconds, I'm thinking, okay, maybe it comes back down to 66, or let's say like 67 one more time. I'm gonna just average lower and make sure I don't get caught in the halt down if it does fail. And can we see the move back up? I'm out a little too soon. That would have been nice. But the good news is that we're back to flat, I think. We're back to flat. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable, this red start to the day. Just, we said we had to avoid it and we didn't. Missing that trade was not good. And once it pushes up to 90, it doesn't give any sort of quick pullback to get in. It just halts up. If it works out slightly differently, I probably add again to 4,575. with a tight stop right at 70, and I'm watching for that push. As long as it's not a false breakout there, we see a nice elevation, 78, 79. My average probably will be like 74, 73, and uh, I'm watching for it to go. But being in high like that, it's not really great. I'd still consider it high because the lows are at 63. But the key is that if I'm in right there, 72, 73 average, as long as the move is happening, like if the move is starting, then we shouldn't really pull back. So, you're still in fairly okay with some sort of size, and you can at least get 10, 15 cents into the next move. So I expect it to break over $2 here. And hopefully there's entries. So the way I'm watching at this, this is now the first halt up all over again, right? Stock has been strong. It's been the only one to not really give out after the pullback, right? The other ones kind of just pulled back and then that was it. So in another 5 minutes, at this point, can we, the aim, I'm down $100, right? Here's the goal. Here's the goal right now. Can I, on this resumption, between this resumption, let's say it gets halted again, between now and, let's not even go there. Just whatever happens here, can we get on some good green, and then from there we just size it down. Even if I'm just green $200, whatever it might be, we just call it a victory. Starting the day down 1 grand is not good. Literally, we avoid the red start. We're up 1K on the day. It's a nice day. So, but in the chop, right, it all comes down to, will there be a stock that will be strong, right? If there is, then we stand a great chance of getting back green. But if there's nothing, like if this stock had failed miserably, more than likely I probably would have took another good sized loss somewhere, and then that's the day down 1300, and red day recap. It just comes down to, can the stocks hold up and will they keep going? So I'm going to look at the daily chart just from some extra analysis. I still think we don't have any major resistance until the 200 EMA is what I'm seeing here. So I don't know how far this one can go, but hopefully it keeps going. So I've sized down a little bit. I'm going to use 2500. I'm not quite at 3K. I'm going to use 2500. We got to connect, and then we can try and ease it down if it looks like it might want some pullback or something like that. So we got about 40 seconds. 40 seconds to resumption. Eighteen seconds. We're halted at 190. It all comes down to the price action here. 10 seconds. TR, VN. 4, 3. Here we go. Lower resumption. Okay. Not expecting that, but all right. Not expecting that at all. I still think it's pretty bullish though. Okay, we need to pull back. We came from that low. Let's see, where was the last pullback? So we consolidated, we made a move, we pulled back. The low was 63. I want to see a sideways resumption here. If it resumes sideways and we get the buy side, it could be good, but we still got to be careful. Hopefully it's not on the back side already. SMX. Is there something on the 5 minute that I need to see here? Yes, there is. Big topping wick. Highs at 42. It's curling up nicely here, but not gonna touch it. IMRN, I should have known better, man. I think just lack of discipline there. It just the spreads were just too much. I don't know why I touched it. Just need to be more selective in that aspect. IBRX. You got to be a little bit more selective in that type of area, man. No need to waste $200 trying to trade a stock with 15-cent spread. And not only is the spreads opening up, but you know we're seeing some random drops where in places we shouldn't even be pulling back 30, you know, let's say 20 cents. It's moving up nicely, moving up, and then boom, the bids just vanish. Too much risk. So resumption 3408, 3408. Yeah, we'll see how it does, man. We'll see how this does. So SMX going sideways here, and BAK quick rotation selling off. BLTM down and sideways. CVNA not much, small bounce. EZFL no good. IBRX, I think this one is a higher float. IMRN not just a mess. PACW, TRVN. So yeah, TRVN, you know, seems like it's pulling back. Sometimes I'm not watching for the pullback depending on situation because I've seen some crazy stuff, you know, and I'm pretty sure everybody here has, right, over the years, especially for the traders who've been around. We've seen some stocks do some things. Now, that's not to say that should be the expectation always, but usually under this type of circumstance, stocks open up higher, they do something, and then maybe they pull back. So I'm surprised we got the halt down immediately. You know, resumption lower, and so you know, do we need to go as low as 60, or do we go sideways here and then we see something? So of course, being that it's pulling back, I'll have smaller size. Gonna drop down to 1500 again. We must not give back money on the consolidation. We've already gotten caught in too many big pullbacks today. If the halt down is too close to where we are, not touching it. So here we go. It's coming up here. Oh, 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 man. Why is it so slow to move? It's taking the right trades again and then not capturing it. Out too soon. So it's getting halted up. We need to see something good on this resumption here, man. We need it, and hopefully a little bit more range for a break of two. If the halt up is at like 205, 210, then you know we're not going to get anything here. It feels too tight though. It's like the more expensive it is, the farther away the band should be, but it's starting to feel too tight. If this one is tight as well, I'm gonna stop trading it because it's not gonna make sense. There's not enough room to capitalize before the hot level. So either that or can we see, you know, maybe a consolidation here at the highs, and then the hot levels have time to kind of reset and move away a little bit, and we can see a setup because the resumptions are a lot of price action, price action, watching for that edge. And NOx have been mentioned, I think. Was that a little earlier? Eric Green in the green. This is ridiculous, man. How do I start this day down $1,000? Come on. Okay, 400, 500, but 1,000. That's just ridiculous. Not that $1,000 is like a lot, or anything crazy, like in the grand scheme of trading and everything like that. But to position ourselves for a nice green day, we really got to avoid that red start, man. Like 300, 400, a few scratch trades. But what I'll say is that, with the amount of size and shares I'm using, it does show that when things are good, and we've seen this the last couple of weeks, of course, when things are good and working, like when the stocks are going up, we'll be up a couple $1,000s pretty quickly. It's just a matter of being accurate with the trades, avoiding the losses. Like, can you navigate and dodge the bullets? Sometimes for me, I can't avoid them the way how I'm trading. You just have to, take it on the chin, smile, move forward, just to keep composure, and just keep watching for the next A quality trade. I haven't seen any P&Ls yet, so I don't know. Maybe the guys are more than likely doing good though, but I don't know. We'll see. Resumption time 30, was it 39? Yeah, 39.45. Can we see something incredible from this stock, man? Can we see something incredible? You guys know I'm an optimist. Hope for the best, but also preparing and managing risk, right? Hope for the best and prepare for the worst. It's the saying. Can we see a resumption, right at $2 or something? Can we hold the level? Can we push 210, 215, 220? If the hot levels say like 212, man, it's just too tight. It's like if you're not holding at 80 or whatever, maybe lower, there's only 10 cents of room. So here we go. It's coming up another 40 seconds or so. Cactus, yeah, I'm watching to see, man. If you're too tight, I might not even touch it because, you know, a couple of cents, not gonna be worth it. Yeah, everybody waiting for the resumption. So here we go. Hands in the buy button, cutting the chatter. 10 seconds. Smaller size here for me. Can we see a dip? Can we see a dip? Oh, it's gonna dip. A little choppy in there for me though. Not great that we had the loss. Good. This is good. This is great. That's not bad. All right. That was good. That was pretty good. That was excellent. Um, Let me see this loss here. Yeah, we took a good sized loss. I probably could have waited here. It's another aggressive kind of entry. For a second, I thought it wasn't going to pull back, so I bought it a little higher, watching for the next halt level. But good buyers at two. This is what we would want to see out of the resumption, right? So we resume. I thought the halt level could have potentially been right at like 210, 212. It's a little higher than that, which is great. So we got 18. What makes it good is if we can dip and hold the dip, right? So whether the dip comes to 93 or $2, can we hold that level? If we do, if it was 93, it would have been even better because now more room back to 18. But this is where things get a little too crazy now because this is the second one in a row. Was this one, two? Is this the second one? One, two. If it gets halted up again after this, is where I stop trading them. So this one I'll watch again and we'll see. But I'm gonna be careful. I might come down in size even more. But that's good. If you don't get caught in that higher buy, you're buying right at 202, 201, tight stops, and it's a nice move. There's 10 to 18 cents of opportunity. Yeah, 231, an area to watch out for. Looking at my Thinkorswim daily chart, it was so compressed, man. Well, yeah, looking at it on E-Trade, like I can pull this over here, right? Looking at it on E-Trade, we can see 231, and then again another incline area here where we sold off, and then the 200 EMA up around 379, 380 area. Starting the day in the depths. Nothing like it. So here we are waiting. I think I might get my chair. I don't know, man. This is, what is it, 10:43? We're gonna trade all the way till 12 today. So resumption will be at 45. There might be another stock that comes along, hopefully. If there's another strong stock, tight spreads, that could be really good for us. Resumption at 45:21. About a minute, 20 seconds. Philip, best day of the year. Really nice. So depending on who you ask and how the day has been, you'll get a different story from everyone. it's imperative for me to capitalize here. So I'm waiting to see how this here, Kitty, I'll send it to you. I got you. 40 and 21 seconds. So 45.21. Here we go. 218. Lower resumption. A little spready. Watching for the halt up. Maybe not. See that price action, man. Maybe I need to hold a little longer in those areas. It's the third one I've missed. False halt. Halt is now at 34. It's holding so high, there's a bid. Do we need that pullback? Do we need that pullback? Low 14. 31 for the high. And okay, my share size is a little too low, being that it's holding up well. Another halt again. Share size here just at 1500. I was hoping it would give a dip back below 210, but didn't happen. I told myself 208 tight stop, 207 tight stop. But this is good. You know, how far will it go? We're now halted above that daily level at 231, which is good. Question is, can we get to the 200 EMA? Zave 2.5. Holding 300 into the halt. 145,000 shares traded. See, that's how I know I haven't been pushing big volume here, right? I'm only at 50,000 shares, 60,000 shares traded. You know, this is the third halt, but it's not the third halt in a row, right? We've had candlesticks there, we've had a pullback in there. I think I like it. Again, we just have to trust the price action, be quick, and try our best not to take any sort of big loss. So we'll wait another 5 minutes. So we're back to flat after all of that trading. Ay, ay, ay. Back to flat. And, you know, I mentioned I'm going to get green and ease off. So I have a decision to make here. Thursday and Friday, we saw what happened. Thursday, red 300, green 700, finished the day down